Hi, welcome back to Army Wife Talk Radio. I'm your host, Paula Swanson, and it's time for our Resource of the Week. This segment of our show, we feature informative resources for our military families. And this week we have with us Alyssa Seaberg-Johnson, President of Dogs on Deployment. Hi, Alyssa, are you there?
I am. Hi, good evening.
Good evening. We're so glad that you're with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're calling from tonight.
Well, I'm calling from Pensacola, Florida right now. I am a United States Marine. I am a second lieutenant, and I am currently going through flight school. I am married to a Navy lieutenant who's currently deployed with 5th Fleet. We both started Dogs on Deployment in order to help other military members and families out there.
That is awesome. So flight school, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I bet it is. So tell us, what's the mission and the purpose of Dogs on Deployment?
Well, Dogs on Deployment's mission is we provide an online resource for military members to search for volunteers who are willing to temporarily board military pets while their owner's on deployment. Our main goal is really to keep military pets out of shelters, or thinking that military people often think that they don't have any other option, and that they often have to give away their pets when they come up to deployments or training or anything else that might require them to have a temporary leave from their pet. We're here to educate those military members that there are resources out there that will help them, and Dogs on Deployment is one of them.
Well, that's awesome. I guess when people do their family plan, they don't necessarily think about their pets and what they're going to do
right.
in that situation.
Well, unfortunately, it's not even so much that you might not think about your pets, but you might find yourself in a situation where you don't have anyone to rely on to help you with your pets, or you might have had a plan but then it fell through for whatever reason. So oftentimes military members do plan for their pets, but then they find themselves in a situation where they need more help than they originally anticipated, or they find themselves in a situation where that they didn't expect.
Right. Well, how did you get involved? How did you start this Dogs on Deployment?
Well, my husband and
why
I,
did you?
Yes, we own a miniature Australian Shepherd named JD. When I commissioned, I was supposed to go to the basic school, which is a 6-month Marine Corps school in Quantico, Virginia. I was supposed to report in June of 2011. During those 6 months, I was going to be living in military barracks where you cannot keep pets. And my husband was scheduled to deploy during those 6 months as well, so we weren't going to have a house. We didn't really have a set plan with what to do with our dog. Originally, I was supposed to go to TBS and at a different time, and my husband was supposed to deploy later, and so we weren't going to be able to have, either one of us was going to be able to watch our dog originally. But like I said, plans and things changed that are out of your control, and our orders both got switched so that we were going to have about a 4-month gap where neither of us was going to be able to watch the dog. We were lucky enough that we ended up having a distant relative that lived in Virginia, about 40 minutes from where I was stationed, and they're a retired military family as well, and they had dogs, and they were more than willing to take in our dog JD for the 6 months that I was at training. With that, we kind of realized that this was a serious situation. Just in terms of, we were looking at professional boarding or paying someone to watch our dog, and it was very expensive and definitely not something I was comfortable with doing with my dog. I mean, he is my fur baby, so I wanted to make sure he went to a good home, obviously, and there was no chance that I would ever get rid of my dog.
Right.
But, there are other people that have found themselves in this situation, and we wanted to provide a resource that would make it easy for them to find solutions.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you are an extremely busy woman. I mean, how do you balance being a military officer in flight school, you're a military spouse, your husband is deployed, and you're the nonprofit president of Dogs on Deployment? How in the world do you balance all of that?
Well, I mean, women are very talented, and we can multitask very well. I think every, military spouse can attest to that. Of course, being a military officer is my first priority. That is, my job. That is what I do for a living. On the side, I do have to, give a lot of time to my family, obviously. But definitely, Dogs on Deployment is a huge passion of mine. So I need to, balance and make the time to give it what it deserves in terms of getting it on its feet and getting it, out there and educating people that we exist and finding supporters. It's definitely something that takes up a lot of my weekend time. And luckily, my husband is deployed right now. So, of course, he is doing his own thing. So it's given me a lot of time to kind of get Dogs on Deployment started and up on its feet.
Sure. Well, how did you get it on its feet? I mean, when did you start this organization, and how did you go about getting it started?
Right. Well, like I said, in June 2011, just this past summer, was when I had my orders to move to Virginia. My husband and I, we drove across country to move me and all my stuff and my dog. We drove to Virginia, and on that trip was where we kind of formulated this idea, and it was literally just me and him talking about, the need for having an organization that makes it easy to find volunteers and find help. When we were in the hotel before I checked in the next day, I literally opened up a web design program and built a kind of rough draft of a website. We ended up launching it. We bought the web domain. Actually, my father gifted us the web domain, in case he's listening out there. And then launched the site and made a Facebook page. We probably had 26 likes in the first 2 weeks.
Wow.
Pretty small when we first started. It was mostly just friends and family. And then just through networking, we were able to get it to where there was enough of a following that it was worth putting in the time, effort, and the financial resources to really start pushing Dogs on Deployment being a long-term investment for us as a family, really. In August, we filed for our corporate license and became a registered nonprofit. Just on New Year's Eve, our New Year's resolution was to file for our 501 Charlie 3 tax-exempt status. So currently that application is pending with the IRS. We're right now working with a web design firm, and we're completely redoing the website in and out. It's going to have amazing features. It's going to make it so easy for people to sign up, use, and communicate with each other. And our biggest way of really telling people that we exist is, our Facebook page, social networking, like we've all said tonight. Our fans, our supporters, our family, and then, of course, our own military networking that we've done within our own units.
Right. So, wow. So it was really born out of your own personal experience, and thankfully you had family that was near you to be able to help with your situation.
Right.
Wow, that is awesome. You have not wasted any time on getting this going, have you?
Well, we go for efficiency, so but we're trained to do.
You do an awesome job. I tell you what, that is really cool. So how do you find the volunteers for Dogs on Deployment?
Well, again, this is social networking. Whenever we have a pet in need, like a military member that lists their pet on our website, if we don't already have boarders in that area, I will go and I will contact local media. I will work with any type of businesses. I'll be calling pet shops. I'll be calling veterinarian offices. I'll be calling the shelters, emailing every pet-related business in that city, just trying to recruit people that would be interested in becoming what we call DOD boarders, Dogs on Deployment boarders. So that's how we really recruit, is through not only our Facebook page and people sharing us on Facebook and myself going around and posting on different Facebook pages of, military-related or pet-related pages as well. But then I go ahead and I contact local businesses and trying to recruit them to our cause.
Wow. Do you know how many volunteers you have so far?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you know how many volunteers you have so far?
Yes. Gosh, I'll have to bump up that number. Just in the last 2 hours, I got like 11 new boarders signed up this evening. So it was a very, very popular day. But we have about 160 or more boarders that are located across the U.S.
That is awesome. Wow. So how many pets have you helped so far?
We have tracked just about 20 pets that we have helped place in homes. We just recently received an email from a military member that was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and she used Dogs on Deployment to find a home for her dog Gunner. So and that was just a couple days ago.
That's awesome. How long do you keep the postings? I've been on your website, and when I checked it earlier, you had about 19 dogs that were in need. I saw a couple of cats. How long do you actually keep those postings on there? Because, I mean, I'm sure some of them, they have to make alternative plans because they haven't found anybody by the time they leave.
Right.
So do you keep those ads on there for a little bit longer?
Yes, I normally do. And the reason for that is that because sometimes they'll post a listing, say 1 month, and then something, falls through later on. I won't take a posting down until I get a definite confirmation from the pet owner saying, I want my posting removed, or I found somebody, please remove my posting. Just because the way our website is set up right now, I can't track all the communication. So I don't know what exactly is going on with those individual pet owners. However, with our new website, it's going to be monitored completely by me and whoever else is on the staff of Dogs on Deployment. But each pet owner or DoD boarder will actually have their own profile that they'll be able to go and update themselves. So if I'm a pet owner and I list a posting, and then, a month later I either find someone through Dogs on Deployment, or, maybe I just don't need a boarder anymore, I can log into my own profile and take down that listing. So it will no longer be on the responsibility of me as the president. It will be on the responsibility of all the users of the website to go ahead and keep their own profiles up to date.
Well, that's a great idea. Definitely, that should save you some time. So if somebody is interested in becoming a DoD boarder, or they need to list their pet, what is the procedure of doing that? How do they go about doing that?
Well, right now, and it would be the same with the new website that should be launched in about February, is you would just visit the website and you would either click under DoD Boarders Apply, or under Pet Owners List Your Pet. There's just a short application. You submit that, and then it gets posted in a database that, either the boarders or the pet owners can search for. As soon as any listing's activated, I also post it on our Facebook page and just kind of let all of our supporters know that we have, someone new that signed up to the website. So it's just a simple application. The new website, the only thing that will be different is that you'll actually be creating an account, so you'll be able to log in with your own email address and complete the account and update it as necessary.
That's a great feature that you're going to have there. Okay, so if I can't become a boarder, and I don't necessarily have a pet in need that I need to list, are there other ways that the public can help support Dogs on Deployment?
Oh, of course. Like any other, charitable organization, we do accept donations, especially with our 501 Charlie 3 status that we just applied for and investing into this website. We really appreciate the donations to help us in our endeavors to, improve our service that we offer to the military members. Also, we do sell T-shirts that are rather popular. Every time I wear mine, to the dog park or whatnot, I get so many compliments because they're pretty cute. We also have flyers that, if you have a business or if you want to just post the flyer up in your community, you can print them from our website. And then something new that is going to be instated in the new website is going to be our DoD vendor program. So if you're a business owner, or if you work for a company that supports the military through either discounts or any type of incentives, it doesn't necessarily have to be pet related, but our website does, get all the military pet families out there. You'll be able to kind of advertise with us. We'll be more than happy to list your business on our website. In exchange, we can create some sort of partnership, and that way we can not only educate the communities about what businesses exist out there that are willing to help military members through incentives or discounts, we can also get something back from those companies if they're, willing to support our cause and our organization.
Sure, great. Okay, Alyssa, well, where can our listeners go to find out more information? Go ahead and give us all of your social media websites and Twitter and that sort of thing so that we can keep track of what's going on.
Well, we have www.dogsondeployment.com. From there, there's a link to our Facebook page. You can look us up on Facebook at Dogs on Deployment, or just Google us, Dogs on Deployment, or even on Twitter. We're there too. But our biggest news update would be on our Facebook account. I'm on there several times a day posting updates and talking with our supporters. So either visit our website or our Facebook page.
Awesome. Alyssa, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight, and good luck with everything, and we really appreciate you being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, and remember, everybody, support your troops by boarding their pets.
Thanks so much.